Welcome! This is Solopreneur Success Strategies, where we talk about mindset, your website, your brand, your social media marketing, your customers, how to sell to your customers, how to find your customers, how to talk about the skills and knowledge you need in your business, and free software and tools to help you save time, money, and be more productive, as well as strategy and systems here on Solopreneur Success Strategies. Welcome! Welcome. This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to Solopreneur Success Strategies. And today it's Jill or Jack of all trades Thursday, where we talk about the skills and knowledge you need as a solopreneur. Today we're going to be talking about creating a post. Last week it was create a page. So this week we're going to do create a post. In WordPress, we're doing WordPress right now, because it's one of these skills that if you have, it saves you time and it saves you money in your business if you're able to go in and do some of the back-end stuff behind your website if you've got a WordPress website, rather than waiting for your website designer. So let's go. And first off, I want to talk to you about my offer, which is jgtips.com/WPress. And it's a very simple course where we talk about what is WordPress, and it shows you how to create a post, create a page, create a menu, themes, plugins, essential plugins you need for your WordPress, widgets, basic SEO, the video players, audio players, and much more, such that you become a Jill or Jack of all trades in WordPress. That's Jill or Jack of all trades on WordPress. So, for example, we have been talking about HTML, and so we have an offer on HTML at jgtips.com/HTML, and this is all about some of the basic HTML you can use in your WordPress website to be an entrepreneurial Jill or Jack of all trades. It includes changing the colors, optimizing the images, the video, the audio, what are meta tags, how to make a list, how to do a hyperlink, and how to create your own hyperlinks, for example, if the editor isn't working well, and creating a basic page and sales page. So that's at jgtips.com/HTML. And we have also looked at cash flow. We've looked at some of the definitions of financial terms within a business so that you can start learning how to read your cash statements and your income statements. And I also have a offer on that, which is called jgtips.com/pricing. Defining your customer, knowing your competitor, positioning your product or service, and how to create a pricing strategy. So you can look for that one at jgtips.com/pricing. And so we've been looking at email. I think, have we looked at email on this show? No, we haven't. We looked at HTML. We looked at cash flow and your revenue statements. And we've been looking now at WordPress website. So let's continue on and look at today's training, which should be here. So I'm in the back end of my website in WordPress, and last week we created a page. A page is static on your website. You can either be hidden or a sales page, or it can be a hidden page just in general that you send a link out to your visitors, or it can be in your menu. And another time we'll talk about menus. Whereas a post is basically articles in reverse chronological order in the blog. So we're going to do one of those today. So if for those of you who don't know, you can go and log into your website through your WP admin, and you put in your username and password to get into your dashboard. So this is your dashboard. It's a bit maybe unfamiliar to you because I have AppDraft Plus there, which is a backup thing, which creates a big, huge sign. And so it may not look like yours, but this is where it is the dashboard. And then over on the left is your menu. And we're going to be looking at posts. So post, you have a menu. Oh, here I am clicking on my video. I should be clicking it live. Posts is all posts. Add new post, categories and tags, and view all scheduled posts. So we can click on all posts just so you can see that it's puts all the posts in an order that you have done on your website. So I have done a few. So they're in order, and you can just click on them and you can go into the post and edit them. So there's quite a few so far. So that would be all the posts. And we won't go over that too much. And we want to go to add new. And then categories and tags. Categories are the categories of your posts that you can use in order to organize them in your menu or in your archives. For example, blogging or business plan, that would be a category. And I'll show you where to define the category for your post. And then tags is also another section where you can add tags to your post, and I'll show you that as well. And then it helps the search engines to find you. Okay, so let's go and add a new post. So you click on Add New. Okay, here we go. And at the very top, you put in a title, and the title should be a keyword-rich one that is your customers are searching for. And let's go and, excuse me, while I put in a little blog post into a notepad so that I can just copy and paste it. So let's copy in and paste the title. Oh, and that one isn't the title because my copier didn't work. My copy clipboard did not connect up the other one. So anyway, I've got a post called How to Be an Influencer that I'm going to put in. And there's the title. And with my theme, when we'll go over themes another time, you can have a sub-theme or a subtitle, but not all themes have a subtitle. I'm not going to bother with a subtitle today. And then it was called the permalink. That's the actual address of the post will be that you use in all your sending out your links, for example. That will be the link. Jane-gardner.com/entrepreneur is my category on /how to be an influencer, because that's the title of the post. So whatever's your title will become the in the permalink. And then we are going to go and copy this just to save some time. We're going to copy the post that I had and paste it into the body of the post, which is here in the visual section. Yeah, we're in the visual because you've got all this choices on bolding and italicizing and underline and font family, etc. And so let's just post it in there. Paste. Okay. So then this is where you put your post, and then you can format it using these formatting. Some of these are extra from a plugin that I use called WP Edit, but you should have a bold and italicize and etc. So let's highlight influencer, bold that. Okay, and then let's see, can we make okay, let's do a return. It's just like doing in Word or on a Mac. And then let's make this into a quote by clicking that. Okay. And so you can do underline, you change the text color, change the text size, etc. And if you want to have a distraction-free work area, you can also click on an icon to make it distraction-free. And I always get that one wrong. No, that's the table. And that's distraction-free. Okay, and then so you click on that, and the rest of everything disappears, so you're just working with your post. And I think you can just click on can you click back, and it comes back again? And if you just as far as adding content, you just type away, or as you say, paste it in there. And so, of course, if you're a Mac, you use a different keystroke and combination to be able to paste your content in the body area. And okay, now so let's go. This is in the Visual tab editor, which shows you what the post will look like on the website. And let's go and have a look at what they call the text tab, but it's actually the HTML tab. There is some HTML in here, not too much. Right now I use the strong HTML code to make that word bold, for example. And then a block quote HTML is here as well. A lot of it shows up after you've saved the thing, unless you've already put some in. But then some of the basic HTML are up here that you can use, like block quote and link, etc. So let's go back and have a look further. Okay, and so if we want to add a media, you click in the area that you want to add a picture, for example. Okay, and get enough space there. And then you go add media, and it'll open up the media library, and you'll see all the choices from your media library. And then you can also upload a file from your computer by doing this, of course, and clicking and making a choice from your computer. But for now, I'll just pick this one, which I had before. And over here, it tells you how big it is, what size it is. It's way too large, by the way. I uploaded this yesterday for the demo. It gives you the link for where it is on your website, and also a title. You can put in a caption, alt text you should put in, a description if you wish. And it's gonna do a medium size, which is probably better than the large size. So you just say insert into post, and it will show up. And then you can highlight it, and then you can center it. It might be nicer. And of course, you can move the text around it as well and make some choices there, but that's for another day. Okay. So we've added a picture. We've done a little bit of formatting. And then you can have a look at all the options on the right here. So there's the screen options we talked about in Page. You click that open, and you can decide what you want to have open on your dashboard in your post. For example, you can have an excerpt. This is a software thing. You can have trackbacks, which is something to do with linking to other websites. Custom fields, a discussion, a slug, an author. It can also has podcast episode because I have the podcast plugin. Categories and tags are open. Post visibility is open. Featured image is open. And this is for a plugin, and so you have various choices in here on things that can be open, and you can have it in a 1-column or a 2-column format. And so let's get out of the screen options and have a look at all the ones. Of course, there's always a help on the right, of course, tier 2. It always has the help according to what area you're in. And on the right, usually it has your place where you can save a draft. You can make it visible, public, or as with Post, you can make it a password protected or private. You can publish it immediately, or you can schedule it to open on another day. And for my theme, I have a post header and a post title, show, and an author box is in my theme. So depending on your theme, you may have some of these. My theme has a drop cap and a large intro paragraph, etc. And then you can, we'll save it to draft because I'm not sure if I'm going to publish it. Okay. And then then you should always have the categories, of course. And pick from the categories what category you want it to be in. So this was about influence, so we'll probably pick entrepreneur and business. Well, you can pick the categories that you want it to be linked with, And then you can put in some tags like entrepreneur, influencer, obviously, and social media. And you put in tags, you always put a comma, and then it'll add each of the tags so that when people are searching, they might find your web page. And then you can hide the post on your front page or on category pages or tag pages or on author pages. You can hide it in data archives. You can hide it in search results. You can hide it in feeds. If you're going to put it behind a membership site, you usually hide it from search results and, of course, hide it. I'll choose all the hiding. Okay, so we have an image, so we don't really need a featured image. But let's just pick it again so you can see what happens with my theme. It doesn't happen with all themes. So now we have a featured image, and the rest of these things on the left-hand side, they're all related to the plugins that I have, so we'll just ignore them. So I guess actually I could probably publish it. So let's go and publish, which will save it. And every time you make a change, you'll do an update, and make sure you always click update or it won't remember the change. So let's just wait for it to finish. And then when it knows that it's finished, it will give you the choice of being able to view the post. So let's right click and open the link in a new tab, and we can go have a look at it. And on my homepage, I have it as the very first post on the homepage that people see, how to be an influencer. And my theme has the social media share buttons above that. And as you can see, it's put a featured image on the top. Then I had the same picture as a picture within the post, so it looks a little silly, so I'll edit that. But with my theme, then you can have blog quotes, and I have a drop cap, etc. on my theme, and that's just basically for my theme. And so you have a post, and all the posts are in reverse chronological order. So the newest post will be the first one people see when they come to your homepage. So this is my homepage. Let's go back to my homepage just so you can see that it's there. There we are. See, there it is. And then I have the other posts that I have done in reverse chronological order. So that's how it's different from a page. It's they go in reverse chronological order. And you can actually pin one of the posts on the front of the page, always to be on top, but you can't do it for all of them. So that's one of the limitations of the blog post is that it is always in reverse chronological order, so that an older post, we won't see it unless you, of course, put it into menus that they can click on for categories, etc., or you give them a direct link to that post. So that is basically what a post is. I hope you can see the difference from last week. And it can be interesting. Certainly doing posts fairly frequently, one a day or even just one every week, helps with your search engine optimization, in that the search engines robots go out onto the internet and search to see what's changed. And they will come and note that you have changed your website quite frequently, and they'll be quite happy knowing that you have basically a live website. That's a simple way of looking at it. So this is, as you can see, it wasn't too hard to do, and I could probably do a test where I see if it's only 5 minutes or less. Maybe have a stopwatch to do a post. So, I mean, as long as you've got the post written up, and then all you have to do is add your pictures and your video and your hyperlinks to it afterwards. It won't take long to post on your website. And the reason that I am saying this is because I want you to know that as a solopreneur, you should really know how to be able to work with posts and pages and your menus and your and your hyperlinks and your colors, etc., as a solopreneur on your website in order to have control over your website, because you don't want to have to wait 3 or 4 days for a website designer that you've hired to make these changes if you can do it quickly yourself. So this is one of the things I wanted to go over. This is a host, and hopefully you can know the difference now between that and a page. And we'll probably go and look at your menus. Yeah, probably look at your menus or the plugins next week, just to have a quick look at them. There's obviously a lot of complexity to menus and to plugins. So this is Jane Gardner, and I'd appreciate it if you subscribe or comment or like my YouTube channel. This is where Solopreneur Success Strategies is on the internet, other than on my website, as you can see. And it's always appreciated if you can have a look at it at jgtips.com/YouTube. So thank you for listening, and this is Jane Gardner. Thank you for listening. This has been Jane Gardner at Solopreneur Success Strategies. Please go and subscribe at jgtips.com/programs, and also to find out about other programs as well over at jgtips.com/programs. And over there we have a free mindset magazine for you to check out at jgtips.com/mindset offer. So welcome. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you again here tomorrow, as this is a 7-day-a-week show on mindset, your customer, getting your message out on social media and on your website, talking about strategies, talking about business systems, talking about all kinds of things, including the skills you need as a solopreneur. So please come back and subscribe at jgtips.com/programs. Thank you.